like to welcome you to my little shop of spirit. In today's reading, we're going to be asking what scares others about you. So, if you chose pile 1, you're in the right spot. I have several decks that we're going to be pulling from today. Let's just go ahead and get started. So, definitely right off the bat for you, pile 1, I'm getting people are intimidated by your looks. We have come out here multiple cards that call me to your, attractiveness. One of them being porcelain doll, the other being dancing shadows. Your sexuality is something that really intimidates others. Something else I was called to was flickering light bulb. I get the sense that people really can't take their eyes off you, and they're mesmerized is the word that I'm getting. 111 on my timer as I say that. So really, before I even started shuffling in my next deck, so I just pulled the card from the bottom of the deck there. But loyal flew out so quick. Your loyalty intimidates the heck out of people. I think it really runs a lot of people off because they know that they have to come correct if they come to you. They know they have to be more serious if they're playing the game with you. They can't cheat at the game or mess around the rules or yada yada yada. Okay? They know that they have to play sincerely. So, that intimidates a lot of people. The next card that we had on the bottom of the deck, though, that I pulled was honest. Your honesty scares people. Next, we have from this very same deck, we have self-control come out. And, this is a deck of let me just go through and give you examples. Straight hair, glasses, amber eyes, sincere, sunglasses, light skin, medium length hair, optimist. It's a bunch of descriptors, but very many of them are to do with physicality, physical descriptions. So to have so many of your cards be about concepts of personality, you are a very powerful figure, A, but B, just the strength to your energy, it's unmatched. So we have self-control come out, okay, which is a quality you have that really scares a lot of people away. I won't say it scares people away, but it definitely holds people at bay. They know you're not someone they can easily mess with, okay? It doesn't scare away opportunity, I'll put it that way. Okay, it keeps people who need to be at bay at bay. The other thing that we had though on the bottom of the deck was hooded eyes. So it's you're loyal, you're honest, you have self-control, you have discipline, and then you're beautiful, you're handsome. I'm getting what's the girl's name who's, I'm not on TikTok and stuff, so I only see her occasionally on shorts on YouTube. I think it's Shalom Harlow or something. There was a Harlow makeup trend, or I can't think of her first name, so I'm just gonna call it that, Harlow makeup trend. But hopefully you know what I'm talking about. That's the sort of physical beauty that you're giving off energetically, because you have all this self-control and this discipline. You are walking in, I'm just hearing like a dark horse. Okay, let's pull some cards from our other decks and see what else we have. I'm getting cold chills for you. And just as I say that, it was 4:51 on my timer. So, I'm getting the sense that you're the sort of person who leaps, before you you find clarity like after you've taken the jump. And I mean, I think many people feel they have all the clarity and that's why they don't jump. So when they're looking at you jumping before you even have the clarity and you're just going to get the clarity on the other side and you almost know that you have to jump to get to the other side to get the clarity, people just look at that and they're like, I mean, they're shocked. They're shocked. And I was just about to shuffle our next deck, but as I lifted that up, on the bottom of it, we have Knight of Wands. This card talks about pursuing ambitions with energy and determination. That is what we were just discussing. Confirmation there with the notification coming through. I'm also getting, and I'm just hearing like that Shrek line where he's like explaining the onions and the layers. I'm getting with you, like you have a lot of layers to peel back, and that intimidates people. Especially because when they look at the first layer, and the first layer is like loyal, self-control, honest. They're like, oh yeah, I don't even want to peel back the next layers. Like, if this is, it's not that they don't want to, they very well do. It's just they have to also come as a loyal person, a self-controlled person, an honest person, and many people are not. That's why you intimidate others, because you're something many people aren't, and many people can't be. They just choose not to be, I guess, but you're something that many people aren't. That intimidates so many. So I have 2 more decks that I want to go through with you, and then I was actually thinking about pulling cards from like my more traditional decks, because everything that I've pulled so far is just from decks that I've made. But from a meme deck, we have Clueless, the quote being "as if," and I get the sense that other people very well feel like that's you. People feel like you give them the "as if," like cold shoulder. But I also get the sense that people try to pretend that they feel that way about you. I get the sense that people like to pretend that they don't like you when in fact they are infatuated. And the meme that we have on the bottom of the deck is Dog in the Burning House. This is fine. And that represents 4 of Wands. I get the sense that in regards to others, one of the reasons that they're intimidated by you is because in the same circumstances, if given the same pair of shoes to walk in, many people would take those shoes, put them on, and just walk in denial. Okay, many people don't even get close to the fires that you walk in, the flames that you walk in, because they sit idly in denial well before those points even arrive in their lives. So that's one point. You look so past, where they're at. It's intimidating. We have here the way in which you embrace new opportunities, the way in which you don't allow anxiety and suspension to hold you back, the way in which you search for new perspective and new insight. You reflect on your emotional realms and whether or not you're happy. The ways that you seek harmony everywhere in life. Balance. An extra confirmation on that, because we have a card that just says "to" come out on it. So that's balance, choice, partnership, And the way in which you establish structure and lead your life with a sense of authority. These things really, really put the fear of God into people when it comes to you. Like, they don't feel like they are competition. They don't stand alongside you. They don't stand next to you when it comes to these things. You intimidate others in these areas. So let me pull just a few more cards from a traditional deck, and we will wrap up our messages there. And asking my Rider-Waite tarot deck. This is beautiful. And just honestly, extra confirmation because the last card that we pulled over here, if you can see that, if it will focus, is the Emperor. Okay, and we get that here, the Emperor as well. Bottom of the deck, we have King of Cups. So it is your stability, your power, the aid you're able to give, the protection that you have and are able to offer, and the great person that you are due to your conviction and reason. These are the things that intimidate others about you. When it comes to this King of Cups, it reads, he holds a short scepter in his left hand and a great cup in his right. His throne is set upon the sea. On one side a ship is riding, and on the other a dolphin is sleeping. The implicit is that the sign of the cup naturally refers to water, which appears in all the court cards. The meanings here are a fair man, a man of business, law, or divinity, a responsible man, disposed to oblige, also equity, art, and science, including those who profess science, law, and art, and creative intelligence. As I was reading there, what was coming through definitively was people feel that they can't get one over on you. That's what you're keeping at bay. So don't change yourself, pile one. That is all of our messages for you today. If you were called to another pile, I'll find you there now. If not, though, hopefully in another reading soon. For now, though, bye. Hello, I'm Luna, and I'd like to welcome you to your reading. If you're pile 2, you're in the right spot. We have a couple of different piles to choose from, so let's go ahead and begin. In today's reading, we're answering the question, just as a reminder, what intimidates others about you, or what scares others about you? So pulling from our first deck, let's get started. I decided for some reason to shuffle all of the decks we're working with at once. I didn't do that before, but I just thought it was funny that we're asking, what scares others about you, what intimidates others about you. And for you, pile 2, you have the actual nightmare card come out. So perhaps to others, you are just outright scary. But let me finish shuffling the rest of our cards and we'll come back to discuss that a little bit more. And 1313 on my timer as I say that. I wanted to come back just real quick because from that same deck, the cards that actually flew out were Hole in the Ground, Teeth in the Dark, Shadow Behind You. Okay, people are just outright scared of you. And I heard, I get the sense it's scared of you as a lover, but scared of you as a personality as well. Scared of you as a lover, not in like a abusive sense, though perhaps people feel they've been emotionally abused by you, but I don't mean they don't feel scared by you in a physical sense. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm hearing that you are a agent of chaos. So right off the bat, we have small nose, brown eyes, fine hair, short fingers, upright posture, manipulative, tattoos, and obsessive. So those might not be literal descriptions. They may be, but what's coming through to me is your hands, your hair, your eyes specifically stand out to people as far as your facial appearances and what immediately pops out to people. As far as obsessive goes, I sense that people see you live passionately and they sort of fantasize about receiving that passion, but then also at the same time it intimidates them. And we have manipulative here. I get the sense people feel like, with you living this passionate life, I feel like people feel like you are just here for a good time. Okay, so people feel like You may be just interested in them for a good time. That's something that they're afraid of. And, you know, I get the sense that people just, when they think of you, if they haven't already created an experience with you and they're just imagining one, fantasizing about making one, I get the sense that people feel like you're the type to sort of make recurrent appearances in someone's life. So, you know, um, people feel like you might be the sort of figure to, if you were to engage with them, have an on and off relationship. You're very fickle, maybe in love, and perhaps a little naive, and you don't take life too seriously. That's what people are getting from you, and that intimidates them. I'm hearing like um finish him off Mortal Kombat, and Apocalypse Now came through on your cards. So, specifically the quote, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning." People really, they feel like you're an agent of chaos. Okay, and that kind of freaks them out, but it also, it intrigues them. Like, you are, it's like, you seduce people in that way, but it's like, you know, they're scared by the ways in which you seduce them. So, people imagine about opportunities. They fantasize about creating opportunities where you two would be alone working together, or they fantasize just about opportunities in general where you would have opportunities to be close. Opportunities to converse and share your thoughts. That's what people fantasize about you. And, I don't know why that was coming through. So you must be, you know, quite the seducer, to be honest with you, because fantasies, that wasn't an intention I set for this reading. That came through all on its own, and is unique from the rest of the piles we've done so far. So let me pull from my more traditional cards now and see any final messages that want to come through. 18:11 on my timer as I come back to you guys. And come back to you guys is an interesting way to say that because I don't usually say that. And I was just about to talk about a related topic, but let me work my way into that. So we have King of Wands come out for you and the Hermit on the bottom of the deck. So I heard as I was shuffling there, make it happen. I feel like you guys have an energy of just full flinging yourself into life, just making whatever happen. Tattoos, piercings, an event, an occurrence, whatever it is, you make it happen. That scares people. And and I'm getting chills as I say that. And as far as the Hermit goes, I get the sense that you sort of, and this is coming back earlier, I get the sense that you make appearances in people's lives. You like pop in and out. And so perhaps that's the reason they get this sense that you would be an on again, off again lover. Those who are fantasizing about you is because you sort of engage and disengage with the world at your own will versus what people are used to, which is being engaged all the time. So, pile 2, that's all we have for you today. If that resonated, don't forget to leave a like and your thoughts in the comments below, and definitely subscribe if you want to see some more readings like this. If you were called to any other piles, I'll find you there now. Otherwise, bye for now, and I hope to see you soon. Hello, I'm Luna, and I'd like to welcome you to my little shop of spirit. In today's reading, we're answering the question, what is it about you that intimidates others or instills fear into others? Just as I was entering your reading, we had 20 on our timer and a confirmation on my tablet. So a lot of balance for you already, pile 3, but let's pull from our cards and see what they have to say. As I was shuffling, I just heard the mysteries don't stop with you and the unveilings do not end. It's like as soon as, and this is actually relating to pile 1 a bit because in pile 1, the Shrek line that discusses like the onion and the layers of the onion came up. But it's like there's no end to you and there's no core. It's like space. The core of you is infinite. It's not finite, and so it's not exactly like an onion, but you may relate to pile 1 and the messages in pile 1 if you relate to that point. And I get the sense that people peel back, they unveil one thing and then it just opens up another world and they're like, okay, this must be the end of you. That I must have finally found the end and this must be it. But then they'll rediscover that that's just the next veil and there's no end to the veils that they could lift. And it's almost like you yourself, you don't have any finite points to you. You're, never ending. And that's sort of why they can't find the edge of you. You are an incredibly balanced figure. 2211, as I say that on my timer. That is what intimidates others about you. And I definitely get the sense that, that's maybe why you relate to pile 1. If you do, pile 1 had a strength to it. This pile has more of a softness to it. Though you can relate to both. We can embody both of those energies within us. So you may find both of those are completely, you align to both of them entirely. But we have come out the 6 of Cups in the world. You intimidate people because you are like their wish fulfillment. You seem innocent and you trigger within others like a sense of nostalgia. Even if you guys don't have memories together, you make people remember a time when they were happier, felt lighter, or was enjoying life more. I'm just getting to like others feel like you're something to be captured, like a butterfly. And I am being called to recognize like a butterfly, that's very much, your energy. You have like a graceful purple, blue like energy to you. Like it's very soft and joyous, but soft and warm. Like nostalgia is definitely the energy of it. Like in my mind's eye, I'm just getting the image of like a field that's like sun cast in like a golden, glow from the sun, and there's like a bunch of bugs in the air and stuff. Like you stir up a feeling of sweetness in others and it intimidates people. Oh, and earlier I was discussing like how people can't find the edge of you, and it's like you yourself are infinite and there's not really like a solid core to you. Like inside the core is space, it's like black space. It can be filled, you're searching and you're just, I hope you resonate with what I'm saying because it's hard for me to capture exactly what it is that I'm feeling, but essentially like within you is infinite. There is no core to get to in that sense that you're going to find like a solid center. And I'm being reminded of that because in this deck on the bottom of it, we have an empty rocking chair. And it's like people always feel like they're just, at most, all they can capture of you is the traces of you. Like they can never like get a piece of you even, or like the whole of you. But at best, what they can wish for is to encounter the traces of you And that's what most people do get of you, and that's kind of it. It's just the traces of you. You're something, that people instead are often just left observing. Oh, this is very interesting. Out of this whole deck, we have so many from pile 1 reappear. Dancing shadows, the wrong voice, the thing in the keyhole, porcelain doll, flickering light bulb. So you may definitely resonate with pile 1. With you, pile 3, the flickering light bulb, I'm just getting the sense that you offer people, like, you're like a beacon of hope. And, that you make people feel like they have to, like, behave a certain way with you. Because you have hope and you offer hope. So people feel like they can't be like dreadful around you, or like in misery. That intimidates those figures. But I mean, I don't think you want misery clinging on to you. So I don't feel like those who you are intimidating, you need to worry about comforting. 2707 on the timer as I say this, but I just needed to come back. As I was shuffling here, I was getting, people find you to be just, I was hearing it like this exactly, pristine and perfect. I just lost my breath as I went to say that. But people find you to be flawless, is what I'm hearing. Okay, I'm still shuffling our decks, but I wanted to come back because I had a stack. I mean, like, literally, like, this thick come out. And what I'm getting just so far is it doesn't matter what form you've taken over the years, or what stage in your development you've been, or like where in your personal evolution you are. People have been intimidated by you every step of the way. And I mean, even since the start. But let's get more specific. I know your eyes in particular are a physical feature that are coming through that intimidates people. You may have like hooded eyes, but I'm hearing these eyes they feel like darts to those who are intimidated by you. People feel like you just see right through them, essentially. But from that deck, we have, you look very youthful. Your appearance is very youthful. You're very attractive, and people project that you may be like narcissistic because of that. But this is just enviousness. You're adventurous and reflective. You have a soft voice, round cheeks, short nails. People may peg you as selfish. And blonde hair may be relevant to you. From our meme deck, we have I'm Not a Cat meme. So this card represents the Ace of Cups. People are intimidated by your like sense of emotional renewal, how you don't hold grudges, and you are very light emotionally and move quickly on your feet. When it comes to matters of the heart, you don't trudge in problems of the past, pains of the past. We also have on the bottom of the deck, you get a car and you get a car, an Oprah Winfrey reference. This is, discussing the Magician card, actually. That is certainly your energy put very succinctly, is the Magician. So people are very intimidated by that energy. I want to pull, before we close out this reading, some cards from a more traditional deck, and then we'll just close this reading out for today. But let's go ahead and get those, and I'll be right back. So, pile three, it is the way in which you just pick up the pieces and bear the burden. You're willing to do the hard work and you don't whine about it. You don't want, you're not even asking like for pats on the back for what you've done. All you want is just peace and happiness and light-footed adventure. I'm hearing, you want space to smile. So you're not looking to attach to hardships that you go through or have gone through. People are intimidated by that. It's easier to not fear someone who is held down by their hardships. So when people look at you and you're just, frolicking through the things that you've been through, it is intimidating. But pile three, we are going to leave your messages off there for today. I hope that was incredibly enlightening. If it was, don't forget to leave a like and your thoughts in the comments below. And subscribe if you'd like to see more readings like this. For now, though, bye.